Welcome back, guys. We are back with another video. This is on the update day. Best day in this game, typically. Not all the time. There's been previous times, but the update days have not been the hottest. They have not been the best. But in this scenario, this is a pretty good update, I'd say, overall. Nothing really bad you can say about the update. Already talked about it before with Sly, so if you've seen that, you already know what I think about the update. But moving on to why we are here, and that is because we're here for the Cléber, specifically the Cléber. In this update, Cléber got, well, Cléber got a lot of buffs this update. Your turret traverse goes from 12 degrees to 18 degrees. I still cannot believe that. 12 to 18. Yeah, 18 degrees. That is an outrageous number. Because of that, you cannot take reload mods, so now you just get crazy DPM. Not crazy DPM, but you get better DPM now. You also get an HE damage buff on top of this, which is also kind of outrageous. You go from 472 HE damage before this update to 500. Can't even say this straight face. 520 HE damage, which is like a 50 HE damage buff, which is just outrageous. Oh, and on top of that, your shells are now faster in velocity. Nice. What an amazing set of buffs for the ship. Now, what this also does mean is that the rest of the line did get buffs, so stuff like the Gepa is going to be a lot better than it used to be because the ship is just way nicer to play, especially the Valkyrie. This is going to be way better to play now. My problem starts when we get to stuff like the, the Le Fantasque, which is already a pretty good ship, I'd say. Good enough in the ship grind to play. And yeah, now it's better. And then we get stuff like the Mogodor, which just turns kind of... It's kind of silly having, well, this is the old build, to ignore the Church of Risk, I'm running Church of Risk still. It just gets kind of silly at Mogodor. Because, like, now you just have dumb Church of Risk. It'd be 18 degrees, not 21, just so everyone's aware. And then you get to Cléber, which is a pretty strong destroyer. It's one of the best tech tree destroyers in the game, if you had to ask me. The problem was, it didn't really need a buff. I didn't think it needed a buff. And they got buffed. I think the lower tiers deserved a buff. Not necessarily the higher tiers weren't that much of a priority of a buff. At most, they maybe buffed the Church of Earth like 1 to 2 degrees. That's a reasonable buff. Not 18 degrees. But, I mean, we'll take it. On top of everything else, we'll take it. So, the ship's just... The gun performance just goes off the charts now. And I have a game today to show you all of a 180k no bots game. Unfortunately, it was on the press account, as you can see. Kind of sad that it was on the press account. The only reason I'm testing this on the press account, even though I have my main account, is because I still have my speed build Cléber in my main account, so the builds are not the same. I'm running a different build on the press account just to try it out after this update. So I'm running the reload mod, which I need to switch to my main account too. And the concealment. Now, on my main account, I'm running a full speed build. Although I could probably do another video just on what a speed build Cléber actually does. But on this account, I'm running the concealment build. This is the standard DD setup. More traditional layout where you would run. The speed build, it is viable though. Especially after this update, it will become even more viable. But I'll leave that for another time because I don't want to go on a rant about the speed build and how it works. So, we're going to save that for another time. But yeah, I have a 180k game in Cléber to show you all, and that's what I'll show next. Alright, here we are with the game. If you got a quick snip of the gameplay, matchmaking, this is some nice matchmaking. I got this game earlier in the morning, as of recording this today, on patch day. Also, I apologize, I do not have the French voice lines. I know, it's unfortunate, I love the French voice lines, but I forgot to change it back to the national ones. We'll just have to deal with it, but this is just, for most of this game, it's just gonna be, Cléber doesn't play any differently after this update, right? Nothing really changes in his playstyle. It's still gonna be a flanking destroyer like you're seeing here. I'm hoping to catch the DD or the cruiser lacking on this side. Especially after this update, the Cléber really does not care about cruisers. Like, it really just harasses them beyond belief. Yeah, 2 Takahashis, that's free food for Cléber. Easy to pen, can't really do much against you. And yeah, this is also why concealment is kind of nice on Cléber, because you can kind of just do this. I am running Rabo Jujard, I should have mentioned the build earlier. But I am running Rabo Jujard, like on my main account. So, he is very nice to have for the AR plus, speed boost, all that lovely stuff. And you can see with the shell velocity, man, it's just crazy. Absolutely outrageous shell velocity for a Cléber. Like, it feels kind of unnatural. After playing a lot of Cléber, it just feels kind of unnatural to see the shell velocity. Like, yeah. Also, you can hear the new gun sounds, I believe. If I stay quiet. They're alright gun sounds, not my favorite. I think they can use a little bit of work. Yes, it's okay. You could just see that the shell velocity is just excellent. And I think it also increases the pen. Don't quote me, but I do believe it increases the pen of having better shell velocity on the AP. So even better pen. I mean, there's normal APCS, but like even better pen is just always good on Cléber. And you still don't seem to overpen destroyers, so that's a plus. You kind of just see, I'm just kind of like, I see a lot of damage, so I know this is going to be a high damage game. So I'm just kind of like seeing what I could farm most efficiently. Vince is just going to keep running. He's probably just going to die. So I'm just thinking about what's the next thing to farm. It's probably this Montana. So I'm going to send towards this Montana. Takahashi's shooting at me now. I didn't even know what this Montana was doing, to be honest with you. And we start popping his rapid reload. Because we have a reload mod, we have even better reload. So we have about 3.3 something reload with the rapid reload wing. I'm not gonna lie, that sound is pretty crisp. It's crisp. Yeah, it's actually coming a lot. No variation, but 93k 4 minutes. I didn't even know my damage at this point, to be honest with you. I was just kind of just farming away. You know, some of my best games happen when not paying attention to damage, which is probably a good thing because you don't overthink of anything. Oh yeah, that guy just dies. I shouldn't say I can't expect this because I shouldn't have expected this because I think this Rhode Island hits me pretty hard, or I think it's something. Yeah, no, this Rhode Island misses. Never mind. I think it's something else that hits me later in the game. Yeah, he just dies. And you can see this is the turret reverse just coming into play. 18 degrees. We just have so much freedom to just turn the turrets around and start hiding immediately. It's such a powerful weapon to have, the 18-degree turret reverse. Because now you have access to, well, the only weakness that Cléber really had, which was a turret reverse. And you fixed that one only problem with kiting. So now you just have your turrets on target most of the time. Yes, it's Iowa, I think that hits me. I make a pretty dumb mistake, and I was not paying attention to this Iowa enough. So I'm just farming away. Yeah, this Iowa just kind of hits me for like, you know, that's an American AP moment if I've ever seen one. Luckily this Rhode Island was shooting at the Sejong. And with AR, yeah, we just have like sub 3-second reload now. So, yeah, it's crazy DPM. Luckily this guy misses because Cléber is just, yeah, the Cléber is just that fast. And now it's just going to be a matter of shooting at this guy and farming with guns. Never really used the HE here, but that's why I said the gameplay doesn't really change, because technically the HE buff is good. You won't notice the HE buff a majority of the time unless you're shooting at GK or Kremlin, because the AP is just more effective. So the HE buff is good. It is good when you need it. But Cléber still plays like Cléber, right? So you're still going to be shooting this AP all the time. It's really more the shell velocity, I think, and the search reverse that are really going to be noticed more when you're playing Cléber. Although, again, the HE buff cannot be granted off. Cannot be shaken off. And yeah, he just dies. So 2 minutes left, by the way, with 180k. Pretty nice Cléber game. This is unofficial world record because it's on the press account, so I can't submit it. But yeah, that's current Cléber. Cléber. Yeah, 91k AP damage. It's just outrageous stuff. Outrageous stuff. In case you're wondering why I didn't do anything on Marceau, I was thinking about it, but I was like, well, I mean, Marceau doesn't really change all that much, and the buffs are not going to be as substantial. The only thing really substantial about the buff is the DPM increase, really. Okay, Shell Velocity is a pretty nice buff. I have seen the Shell Velocity. It's very, very nice. But it's not like Cléber where, you know, the AP pen's all of a sudden going to turn crazy because it's still Marceau guns. Or, you know, or the ship has crazy turret traverse now relative to what it had before. So, it's more just a straight up DPM increase for Marceau, which is, you know, it's pretty nice that I'm pretty sure Marceau has now one of the slimmest differences of any ship at tier 10 when it comes to its AP and its AG. This is six. I don't even know if Hargoon has that difference. Hargoon might actually have like even like larger difference. Yeah, even Horogumo has a larger difference between its HE and its APN. Those are 100mm guns. Like, they really just, the HE on Marceau is outrageous now, if you ask me. It's just way better DPM. So, do I think these buffs are fair? Not really. I don't think these are very called for buffs on the tier 9 through 10 French destroyers. Le Fantasque, you can maybe make a solid argument that maybe you could have used this, but not to the extent. And everything else, the Le Terrible, the tier 6 premium, and everything below that, the tier 8 Le Fantasque, they did deserve this buff, realistically. So I can't say I hate the buff, because I think it helped a lot more ships than it hurt, when it comes to like dealing with these ships. But at the same time, the tier 9 and 10s were a bit overkill relative to how strong they were. So that's just the way I see it. So yeah, that'll do it for this video. And yes, I'm aware. Everyone's gonna be telling me, where is Edson? When is Edson? The Edson video will come when the Edson video will come. So until then, I'm not saying I'm not gonna make a video until the Edson video, but until the Edson video, you'll see Edson video. It'll come out eventually, right? Whenever the Edson is whenever the Edson's here. So until then, I'll be signing out. I'll see you guys next time.